Hi, friends. Let's talk fragrance today. How to properly store it, and then other options about wearing it, how to use your fragrances. That's what we'll discuss today. If you're rolling through here for the first time, let me introduce myself. I am Purple Essence by Evelyn. I use Jaffer's brand so that you can look, feel, and be royal. So today it's more about being royal, right? You're not going to really look any differently using fragrances. You can be different using fragrances, but oh my gosh, did you know fragrance is another form of aromatherapy? Absolutely. It changes your mood, it uplifts you, it helps you to feel great. So don't wear fragrances only when you're going to go out. Even when I am home for the evening, even at nighttime after I shower or whatever, I will still wear my fragrances. So important to use. Okay, but let's talk about storing them, because I would say probably 80% of the population is not storing them properly. And here's why. Most people that I've noticed, they have their fragrances in their bathroom, because why wouldn't you? The packaging's gorgeous, right? Look at these. Look at the Paris. I love the packaging for this one. That's a beautiful package. Even for our children, I love this one. The Sweetie Pop, so cute. We got some beautiful packaging of our fragrances. Really lovely fragrance packages. However, your fragrances should be stored in a dark, cool place away from humidity. Totally opposite from the bathroom, right? Your bathroom, humidity with the shower and the bathtub, so much humidity, you've got a lot of bright lights in there, not necessarily cool. So that's not the best place for it. Then the second place I see fragrances, if it's not in the bathroom, sometimes I see them like on the dresser tops. Again, why wouldn't you? One of the great things about fragrances is the beauty of the bottles. It truly is. I get it. But those are really not the best places to store it. I would say once you're finished with the fragrances, I don't like throwing this away. Are you kidding me? It's too beautiful to just dump, right? It's just gorgeous. That would be a good time now to just kind of have them out for decorative purposes. But when you're using it, here's the part that's boring. The best place for them is in its original box and packaged here. Here's why. It's darker, it's cooler, and then you put it someplace where it's not in the bathroom, where it's not getting direct sunlight, and it's going to help your fragrance last longer. So you'll thank me for that part, right? Your fragrances will last longer, but it's just not a fun way of displaying it. So once you're finished with it, put those beautiful bottles out, because they're absolutely gorgeous bottles. Now, fragrances, once it's open, you want to use it. And it shows you here, I circled in red so you can see. That lets you see, and this is just for everything, not just fragrances, but you will notice this symbol. It's like it's a container with the top open, letting you know once it's open. I don't know if you can see it, but it tells you 18 months. Within 18 months, you're going to want to use it. So a good idea is to put here on the bottom somewhere on the box when you opened it. So they'll let you know you've got 18 months. So I've got 17 months left. So by it would be March of 2023, I should have used this. Otherwise, it just won't be as fresh. It won't have that same scent there. And so again, once you open it though, the reason it lasts as long is because now you've got the oxidation coming in. Once that oxygen hits it, it just changes the structure of your fragrance, so it doesn't last as long. So you want to keep it in its original box. Yeah, boring about that. And you want to make sure that you store it in a cool place and then know when you opened it. Okay, so now let me talk to you about different things that you can do with your scent, because I have so many. I have a whole box full of Jaffa fragrances that I use for different purposes. To be honest, the reason I wore this one today is because I'm wearing red today. Sometimes I will choose a fragrance based on what I'm wearing. Sometimes I'll choose a fragrance based on how I want to feel. Sometimes I use one based on how I am feeling. Really, truly, fragrances are aromatherapy. But here's some other options. I use so many fragrances, so I want to make sure that I'm using them all within 18 months. So here's some options. I think a lot of times you guys hear me talk about how I will spray fragrances in the air. I always have a fragrance on my desktop, and I'll change them out at least once a week, sometimes every 2 weeks. What I'm using this week is Back to Navigo Ocean. Love this fragrance. So, but that's another way of using fragrances as an air freshener. So it just helps you to feel uplifted. It just brings up your mood. It's just wonderful. Like, why wouldn't I want the beauty of this wonderful scent surrounding me? So I will spray that just in my workspace. Other times I will spray it because even though I have essential oils going through my home all the time, there might be some odor from outside that comes in, and I want to get rid of it without chemicals, without the toxins. So instead of me going to some other, air freshener that has chemicals and toxins, I will use my fragrances. I know it's safe, and the smell is wonderful, and it lingers. And yeah, it does get rid of that odor that I'm trying to get rid of. But then you got this lingering, wonderful scent that stays with you. So I like to use it for that. Now, remember, back in the day, if you are, I don't know, maybe 40 and over, maybe you have to be older than that, pre-internet, pre-texting, pre-messenger, years ago, we had to actually write letters. Really, remember? And we actually had to get it to the post office so that the mailman can get it to the recipient within 3 to 5 days. Well, everything is now 3 to 5 seconds. So we don't really have that art of letter writing anymore. But some of us still send cards through the mail, whether it's a get well card, or a birthday card, or a wedding what is that, an anniversary, or even an engagement. All kinds of reasons we still send cards. So you can spray that card before you send it. Do you remember those days when we would spray the letter? It didn't have to be a significant other. Sometimes I would do it with my friends when I was younger, way back when I was doing pen pals with some friends. I would still spray it. And I was like, I was doing that between 12 and 15, 16. So no beau in my life. It was just something fun, girly thing to do. So why wouldn't you not want to uplift someone else's spirit when they get their birthday card? There's something extra in there from you. That letter, that smell of that scent from the fragrance of your choice. So that's another option. What about your clothing? So you can put, those tissues, those gift wrapping tissues you get, you can spray that and line your dresser drawers with it. So you have that wonderful scent as you're going in and out of your drawers. And then because it's enclosed and all of your clothes is in there, enclosed with that fragrance, it's just kind of getting on your clothing a little bit. It's not overwhelming at all. But instead of only lining the tissue, because you don't want to take that out and respray every so often, throw in some cotton balls, spray the cotton balls and spray and throw that in there too. And it just helps that scent to linger. And those are easily, you can just take those out. You don't have to throw them away. Just take them out and respray them, put them back in. You can even respray it with a different scent. You don't even have to have the same scent going all the time. Change it up like I do on my desktop and always changing my air. You can also do that with your linen closet and your bedroom closet for those clothing in there too. Just a nice, wonderful scent that you have. And speaking of the clothing, what about your laundry? Isn't it wonderful to be able to have something, we have to do a dreaded laundry, we got to fold the clothes. Well, what if you had a nice scent while you were folding? Would that help you feel better? So take a handkerchief, spray the handkerchief, throw it in the dryer when you're drying the clothes. So it's going to be tumbling all around the clothing. And so it just gets this nice, wonderful scent on the clothes. Okay. And then one more thing for the clothes. Well, not quite the clothes, but your bedding. So before you go to bed, spray your pillowcase, spray your sheets. So you got that going as well. And that just gives a nice, wonderful scent when my husband was working late night, I would spray his side with one of his fragrances, and it was just wonderful. Kind of get that closeness. It was just wonderful for me. What I put on my pillowcases now is not a spray. I just sprinkle on. This is the lavender and chamomile from our baby line because it helps me to sleep better. So this is a really great one to be able to spray. Then we've got your car freshener. Yep. You can just, instead of putting up those little pine needles, not pine needles, but those little pine trees, you can actually put some on a little bit of your upholstery. Just maybe check a spot to make sure that it's safe for your upholstery in the car. And then definitely you can spray the carpet, and it does have that nice scent. I always like to spray the absolute leather. Packaging looks almost like this. This was absolutely 56. I haven't sprayed this one. I think next time maybe I'll try this one. Oh yeah, this is a nice one. I don't know why I always want to go with the manly scent when I do my car. Oh no, I can spray any scent, but I think I'm going to try that one next. Okay, and then one last tip is I always talk about fragrance layering, how it's important to help your fragrance last longer when you're layering. So you can take a body lotion that's not scented or very, very lightly scented and add your fragrance to it. Now, I wouldn't add it to the jar or the bottle of it. What I do, like I actually use it with my Royal Jelly Body Complex. It's a jar. I do is just scoop out what I want, the amount that I want, put it in a little dish or something, and put a couple spritz of the spray on it, and then rub that on my body. So now I have a light scent of that fragrance. And then now when I'm going to add that fragrance for me, it's going to help it to last longer, because having a body lotion or oil on your body is going to help your fragrance to last longer anyway. It's better to put it on a hydrated body than dry body. The dry body, it's just going to evaporate so much faster. So you want your skin moisturized. But why not moisturize it with the lotion? So if your lotion does not have a scent, like a lot of ours really don't have a lotion to accompany it throughout the year. We do for holidays, like Christmas time and Mother's Day, Father's Day, and all that. But for the rest of the year, we don't normally. So you can just put it in a little bit of your lotion and put that on, and then there you have it. You got your layering of your favorite scents. Okay, so I hope that helped you. Just get out of the box. Don't think you can only spray lotion the fragrances on your body. You can put it all over, and then let me know, hey, which one of these tips are you going to try first? Truly, I would like to know, which one of these tips would you like to try? Are you going to put it on are you going to put it in your drawers, closets? Are you going to put it on your laundry sheets? Are you going to put it on your bed? You're going to put it in your car? Where are you going to what's the first place that you're going to start with these tips? And if you have other areas and other tips that you do with your fragrance, please let me know below, because let's get the community going and learning some more things too. All right, so thanks for being here. If you know anyone who loves fragrances, please share this with them. And if it's your first time here, or maybe you've been here a few times, but you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I am here every single week, keeping you royal. Bye for now.